says
I
we're
think
live.
I think it is.
Oh, hello, anyone and everyone. um, I always want to check it, but then I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So welcome, birthday sprints.
Yeah, I want to say happy birthday. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Thank you. Amy
You're
is
catching up
here.
to me. I don't think it ever works that
Keely.
way, does it?
No, I don't think it works that way. Thank you, Leah. Um, yep. I mean, it's every time I always have to think about, I don't know about you, I always have to think about like, how old am I? Every year.
I
I have to
think
do the
because it
math.
goes so fast too. I don't feel like I have lived this many years on this planet, and it's
Mm-mm.
shocking. I think especially getting further along. You're just like, wait a minute. Doesn't seem right. Hey, Leanna.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I my 15-year college reunion is this year and I got the card for it and I was like, "Excuse me, what? How was any of that 15 years ago?" It's just wild to think about. It's like those things like the things that are really, I don't know, yeah, that I have really strong memories of when those become 15 years ago. I'm like, what have I done in the last 15 years?
Well, and that it doesn't feel like it's been 15 years. And
Hmm.
what also freaks me out about it is like I remember when I went from 1 to 15, how long that took. Like in your
Mm,
mind and as a kid, how long those years took. And then like the next 15 years go bloop.
it really does feel that way. Yeah, I feel like teenagerhood felt like 15 years all on its own. Oh my goodness.
It's always nerve-wracking how that perspective changes as you get older too. I don't know why is that? I know there's a scientific reason for it, but I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I do not know. Oh, and I did figure out, sorry, you were talking about before we jumped on, you were talking about teaching making it this as a profession that makes you ADHD. And I'm like, that's me anyways. So my brain was like, I finally figured out, thanks to Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, I figured out how to do the screen share thing with the timer. And I'm very excited about
Oh, cool.
it.
That's awesome. I've done it in the past, but I had such issues like having it would glitch out for me for whatever reasons, and so then I just got used to doing the banner. But I know that like I need to put time into figuring out how to do it in a way that it doesn't keep glitching out on me. It could be the browser I use, but
I mean, I haven't tested it, so it could glitch out.
that's okay.
Oh, about the aging topic.
No, I believe it. It does make me uncomfortable. And just because I'm like, I feel like time is flying by so quickly now. What's it gonna be like in 10 years, you know?
Hmm. I know. Interesting.
Mm. So your
This
brain
is,
kind of, because you've had
yeah.
so many more experiences and over such a longer period of time, it seems so big when you're younger, but that's only because you've been alive that long. But then when you get
Mhm.
older, I can
That
see
makes
that.
sense. Yeah. Well, what is everybody reading? Amy, what are you reading today?
I'm trying to finish up Love in the Time of Cholera.
Mm.
I'm very close to the
Oh,
end.
yeah, you are.
So I'm trying to get this read. I I read 100 Years of Solitude first, and I actually really liked that one a lot. It was a lot more magical realism, and I am not I'm not enjoying this, but I'm not enjoying this nearly as much as I enjoyed 100 Years of Solitude. And I think it's because of how much he like cut back on the magical realism and how much I liked
Mm.
that part of his writing. And so, yeah, I'm not hating it. It's just it's taken me a very long time to get through this book. And I'm still buddy reading it with Ruby, my friend Ruby from Ruby Red, and I'm she's been done for a while. Just because I'm like, come on, Amy, you can do it.
That's me and everybody read. I either finish it really soon or like it takes you forever to finish it. I'm the world's worst buddy reader.
I feel like when I'm on top of things and I'm not as stressed about other things, I'm good at it. But I do warn a lot of people when they want to buddy read with me, like, okay, here's the thing. Like, I'll buddy read with you, but I may be a terrible buddy read partner. And I think a lot of people that do end up buddy reading with me successfully understand that
Yeah,
because it's hard. It is hard. We all read at different paces too.
it really is. And it's like I can be like, all right, I'm going to be on top of this, and then just life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I am in the middle of so many things.
Really?
I'm not usually either. I started Sugar by Bernice McFadden, which I'm really liking. I think this is probably what I'm going to focus on. Um, I
It's
just
really
picked this up.
pretty.
Yeah, I have been looking for this edition of this, and I saw it at my Barnes and Noble when I was just like there browsing, and so I picked that one up. So I'm going to be reading that. I also am going to be probably reading some of Afterlives, but this is one of my BookTube prize books, so I
Mm,
can't talk about it. So it's hard to read these on sprints because you can't talk about it. So
can't share anything.
yeah, almost done with those. Thank God. Not that book in particular. I'm barely into that one, so I have no opinions so far, but
It's just been
just
tedious,
it's
the
been a mixed
process.
bag for sure. But yeah, so those are the two main ones, and then I'm also like 60% into an Animorphs book, so I'm probably going to try to knock that one out first, just because
It's
whew,
easy, quick.
it's it's quick, and also it's one of the Megamorphs, and they are so painful.
Why? I haven't
It's
read
just
any
like
Animorphs, so
I feel like every single time I get on any sprint, I talk about Animorphs. I'm like, guys, this is not my whole personality. I promise you that. Um,
but it's a process you're going through. You're reading all the Animorphs series, right? So it's a
yeah.
thing.
Um, no, so the main series ones are really short, so they're like 120 to 160 pages, and it's a whole story arc, and it's one narrator. The Megamorphs are like all of them narrate different, like it skips chapters, so everybody's narrating, and they're like 400 pages.
What?
Yes. And they're like
Why?
sort of like it's one of those things where it's like I think if you didn't read them, you wouldn't lose that much, but I have noticed them being referred to at some point. And yeah, it's just I'm like I'll be glad to be done with this one, and then I won't have to read any more Megamorphs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a bit much. Yeah, and so these ones are, you're just not enjoying these quite as much, or it's just because they're so tedious and long.
I mean, yeah, it's really that like the multi POV thing just doesn't work. It just doesn't. So and all of the main series ones for the most part now have audiobooks, so like I can knock those out quickly. These do not.
Okay.
So I'm just ready to be done with it.
That's just not fair.
Hi, Becca.
Hey. Let's see.
Thank you. Hello, Julia. I don't know why I just said your name like that. It's been a long day.
Hello.
For anybody who missed, I don't think I said this, but I'm in a hotel room because I traveled. So I drove 4 hours this morning. So like my brain's a little.
It was 4 hours.
It's 3.5-ish, but yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So, um, how was your birthday yesterday? Like, how did you have a good time? Did you do anything fun and special that you want to share?
I mean, it was just like a normal day. My parents came over and gave me my presents and everything, and um, cuteness from the kid running in and telling me happy birthday. But other than that, it was just a normal day because I knew I was
Yeah.
going to do this week. So just sort of like trying to give a little bit of trying to give my husband a break because he's going to be with with the toddler for 3 days.
Hmm.
So,
How's your wee one doing? Is he doing pretty well? Like anything fun and new and exciting that he's doing?
mm, nope, he still thinks he's a train. His whole personality is trains. So, I mean,
So one of my really close friends, her son would not take off. He had a Thomas a train like a train conductor outfit on, and he wouldn't take it off ever. So she had to like wash it every night while he was sleeping because he wanted to wear it every single day.
he hasn't done that yet, thank goodness. But whoo, man, I could see him doing that if given the opportunity. And yes, Becca, this is my solo trip.
It's so good. It's
It
so good.
is, it is nice. All right, do we want to sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
So here
Oh wait,
I'm
what
gonna be
is?
I'm gonna be unhinged again because obviously I didn't bring the wheel because that would have just been weird.
I was
How,
hoping for the wheel though, but yeah, it makes sense on the trip.
however, I do have something that is quite possibly weirder, but fit in my suitcase, which is I have these ducks.
I gotta videotape this.
I have these ducks, and I have this little time thing. Now I took the red one out because I'm not down for 60-minute sprints tonight. So we have 20, 25, 30, and 45 ducks. And then I have the box that you're supposed to put ice in, but instead I put water in it.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
I feel like anybody who does it isn't used to this nonsense is like, what? And then I also have this.
You oh my gosh, this is the best. This is quite possibly the best.
Oh, they're all falling down. Hold on, let me set them up so that I can actually hook them with the thing. But okay, so now I'm gonna let let's see. Oh, we have orange. So orange is 45. So 45. Let me just move this over.
That that could quite possibly be better than this. Actually, that is better than the spinning wheel. Oh no, you're in a hotel room. I love this. This is the best.
Yeah, I'm a little I don't even know what to say for myself, to be honest.
Well, and just that you had the forethought to do that.
I don't I feel like I should probably be a little worried about my sanity.
No, you're on vacation. It's exactly where it needs to be.
How do I okay. I was like, how do I even work this thing? Okay. All right. All right. I got the timer now. So
That was the best. Thank you.
uh,
Oh, that's pretty.
this is just the one I found. So
How fun. Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Well,
Oh
I was
nice.
just thinking about you, Jean. Hope you're doing well. Ooh.
Oh yeah, and Becca, I credited you with helping me figure the timer out.
Hmm.
All right, well, let's jump into sprints, and I'll see you back in 45.
Thank you.
That was a
Whoa, that was.
sound.
I know that was quite. My eyes went. Oh my goodness, that was a gong.
I had no idea that's what was supposed to was gonna happen. Yeah. I was like, "Where did that come from?" 'Cause it came out of my headset, not my computer, so, yeah, that was something else.
It was. It definitely was. This is it's shocking.
Oh my god, how was your reading?
It went well. I made progress. I still am not finished yet, but I have about 20 pages, a little more than 20 pages left, I think.
Well, that's not bad. That's about how
Yeah.
much I have left of this absolutely terrible Animorphs book.
Out
So,
of 400 and some odd pages.
this one actually is shorter, but,
Okay.
thankfully, it's also just it's something. Oh my
So, how many
goodness.
more books total do you have to go with that?
Um, I think like 16 maybe?
Hmm,
Might be less than that. I'm not 100% sure.
not
I'd have
bad.
to pull that up and look. Hi, Ruby. We got lots of people.
Hey, Danielle.
Ah, the bone season.
That's what I'll be reading next because that's our read along book this year.
Oh, okay.
Got to get
Nice.
that started.
That's the same author that writes the Priory of the Orange Tree.
Hmm.
I've had a couple people tell me I should read that one, and I'm like, I'm terrified.
It's a big book. Yeah, I want to. Well, I think that her writing style is pretty accessible as far as I read the prequel to Bone Season, and it was a like I so I think that I've heard that because of that, where the orange tree is not as scary as it seems size wise
Okay.
because it's just very easy to get into and it's a pretty quick read despite the size.
Okay. That makes me feel a little less terrified of it. It's supposedly really good.
It's a
So
big book.
it is ginormous.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Becca.
That must be a middle grade, right? Because I know Becca's doing a lot of middle grades because of middle grade March.
Yeah. I think are you doing all middle grades, Becca?
Hmm.
I think maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Station 11 is a good one.
I need to reread it.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like after living through an actual pandemic, I might have some different feels on Station 11.
You read it before the pandemic?
Yeah, I read it a while ago. I don't remember when, but yeah. So I feel like I might have some different feels on that one.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I read it during the pandemic. Well, obviously, pandemic ongoing, but I mean, like, I don't remember like when I read it, if it was like right in the pandemic or during the pandemic. Um, but I was reading it for a readathon, and you know how it goes when you're doing reading for readathon. Sometimes you're like, "Oh, I got to get this book done,"
Mm-hmm.
and I was really enjoying it, but I couldn't rate it at the time because I just felt like I didn't get everything I wanted out of it. So I was like, I'll just come back and reread it at some other time. So I'm hoping
Yeah,
to this year, actually.
that makes sense. Okay, nice. I also have
Oh, how
not
do you
read
like?
Lessons in Chemistry.
I have it. I'm wondering how you liked it, Becca, because I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it,
Okay.
but like mostly positive. I don't know. I feel like the person who gave it the most mixed review was Simon from Savage Reads, and sometimes I'm like really aligned with him, and sometimes I'm really not. So,
He's so good about talking about the books that he loves, so though that it makes you really want to read them and love them because the way he just talks about the books, especially that he loves, you're just like, oh gosh, it sounds so good.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'll enjoy it a lot.
I think I probably would too. Let's see. I don't
Oh, the
know.
one that
Oh,
Becca's
I
reading.
missed one. Oh yeah, the one that is that.
Yeah,
I think I lost thread here.
I think she means the one Becca's reading is the War I Finally Won, and she's wondering if that's
Oh, got it.
a sequel to War That Saved My Life.
Oh, and Becca said yes. Okay. Yep. No, I'm back. I'm following along now. Oh my gosh. Woo.
All those threads.
Oh yeah, it was published quite a while ago. See, there's that time thing. That's almost 10 years ago. That's wild.
Yeah, that is. And what was very interesting with Station 11 was how well she captured what actually happens in a pandemic. I mean,
Hmm.
obviously, we hadn't had a pandemic of that size since, what was it, 1917, 1918.
Yeah, the Spanish flu.
Right. But um, Mandel, St. John Mandel, long name. she
Uh-huh.
captured she captured what actually did happen in our pandemic, not to the extent, obviously, because ours wasn't as deadly as that one, but like, you know, the panic that happens
Hmm.
and I'm like, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, the grocery store bit, for
And
sure from the
the
beginning of it.
emotions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so interesting. Yeah, and it's funny though because it's like that that book, like I feel like I could read that and it'd be fine. And then like Hamnet, Maggie O'Farrell's Hamnet has a bit that's sort of about it's about the plague. And I read that in 2020 and absolutely loved it. But it's like I've read 2 or 3 books in the past year or so that have had bits that are like genuinely about COVID, and I'm
Mm.
like, "Nope, no, I don't like
Oh, really?
this."
So, like, when it actually focuses on our pandemic, it,
Uh-huh.
mm,
It's
I
just
don't think
sort
I've
of
read
like,
anything.
and I don't know if it's, and I don't know for me if it's like, am I already yawning? Sorry. I just saw
I
this and I'm
haven't
like, "Am I
noticed.
already yawning?"
I haven't noticed. I wouldn't be surprised though.
Oh my
It's your
god.
signature, Jenny. It's your
It is.
signature.
I think I did I no, I didn't actually do it. I considered putting a yawn count in a video I did recently because I was just like, "Ooh, buddy."
You're
Oh,
just
that
giving
makes
more
me laugh.
oxygen to your brain, that's all.
The kid, the sweet little sad baby is asleep, I think.
Oh, good. Poor baby. Yeah,
I'm sure
that's
those
rough.
parents are exhausted. They're yawning too.
Lots of yawns. Lots of yawns.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I'm curious because I noticed you posted something on your Instagram. You've been doing so many reels lately,
Mm.
but Instagram's changing that how that's working.
Yeah, I saw that. That they're shutting down essentially the bonuses program for Reels. So like that's that and subscriptions are the only ways that people can actually monetize Instagram right now. So it's like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me unless they are eventually going to debut something else because like people who actually their whole job is being a social media I don't know, whatever you content creator, influencer, whatever you want to call them. Like, why would they be incentivized to stay on the Instagram platform?
Yeah,
Like, for me, it's just like free money from the reels. And I'm like, cool, I'll buy
yeah,
some more
but
books with
still,
that. But yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. My husband and I talk about this sometimes how like all of these social media platforms are just following the same model as broadcast television where they're like, "Ah, yes, we have a successful content is being made here. Let's put commercials on it." And it's like that has worked so well for broadcast TV. So I don't know, it's very odd.
no creative new ideas. as far as that
Yeah.
goes. I love your reels though, so I hope they continue because it's been so fun. It's just how I don't know how you get these creative ideas, but it's hilarious, and I can just tell you're just having so much fun with it.
I have really enjoyed it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Sometimes I'm like,
Oh,
people,
then
I'm like, are people like, what is wrong with this person?
no,
I
no.
just, I don't know. It's amusing to me. I don't know. I used to hate them too, but like I hated reels on Instagram, and then I started making them, and I was like, this is actually kind of fun.
Oh, I hate them because they are actually kind of addictive. When you're trying to do something else, or you need to do something else, and you're just like, oh, that was kind of cute, and then you scroll to the next one. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah, and that's why I always said I would never get TikTok.
Oh yeah, I don't have it either. No, I don't either. I'm just like, no, I draw the line at Instagram. I'm like, look, I've had social media since the days of MySpace. Like, we done.
Yeah,
Reach my no Be Real, no TikTok. I
it's just
can't
too
I can't
much.
be bothered.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I've had a couple of people ask me, like, especially younger people, because I go to school with much younger people, and when they hear that I have a booktube channel, they're like, "Do you have a book talk?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm too old for that."
That's how I feel. It's just like I'm gonna let the young people have that one.
You can have it. You can have it.
It's
I mean, I'm
also
sure I'm not really, but I am.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, oh yeah, Ruby. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the downtime brain. That's what it is for me, especially because I need a lot of downtime these days. So I just start mindlessly
Mhm.
scrolling. It's terrible, terrible.
It really is. Well, and like the making reels, like part of I'll just like sit and scroll and then I'll be like, oh, this is a funny audio and I'll save it. And so like it's just and then I'm like, oh, I'm doing it for research purposes. No, girl, you're just scrolling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But they turn out very cute. So if anybody has not checked out Jenny's reels, you should because she's super creative and it's so much fun. And I laugh a lot.
I was keeping up with it pretty well, and then like this last couple of weeks, I was just like, I'm tired. I'm also like, I just found out on Friday that I got put through to the next round of interviews for this leadership program at work. And it's like a 6-month intensive leadership program, and I'm like, why do I hate myself?
Wow. And
Like it's
that's
a
next, that's on top of work, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
you have
wow.
to do that while doing your full-time job, and I'm like, and it's not additional pay. So I'm just like, why? It's the exposure, like, it
Okay.
really is, because everybody who does it at my company ends up, moving into a leadership role, so I'm just sort of like, "Fine." But, yeah.
Do you want to move into a leadership role? Is that what you're like?
I
I
don't
mean,
wanna be a
obviously,
manager, but I wanna be yeah, I wanna do, like, project management. That's the kinda stuff that I like. Yeah.
so you got to take 6 months of intensive leadership training, huh?
I don't even know. It'll be interesting. We'll see. But yeah, I just keep thinking about like, okay, what free time I had is gonna be. I'm gonna be exhausted at the end of the day. Not that I'm not
Everybody,
already. That's the toddler parent life is just exhaustion.
everybody enjoy Jenny now.
Yeah. If you think my booktube channel has very few videos now, you just wait.
Yeah, I've been missing your vlogs, but I'm not no pressure. I'm like, oh, well, then plus you've been doing so many reels too, so that's just been fun. At least, I've got that. And it's just been so busy. I understand because I've been feeling the same exact way. It's so hard to do
Yeah, because
everything.
I mean, you've got a lot going on with school and so you get 2 weeks of spring break? Is that what you said?
Yeah, technically this week is supposed to be finals week, but my professors, I think, didn't want to do anything this week. So they made everything due last
Amazing.
week. Yeah, which was good, but at the same time, it would have been nice for us to have that choice. Like, you
Fair.
know,
Hmm.
not have to have everything due within a one, two, three. Like, we had everything due Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it was like scrambling to get as much. And then finally, our one of our teachers did extend our big project to Friday. So we had until Friday, which was what we needed. So it was
Wow.
good. So then I get 2 weeks off. So that's nice.
Yeah, that will be, I'm sure, much, much needed. You'll have a lot of, you'll actually get some reading done.
That's what's been great already. I've already finished one book. I'm almost done with Love at the Time of Cholera. I'm gonna start the boat. Like I feel it, but the sad thing is it's already the 13th. Like this month is already halfway over almost.
Oh, I know. I
It's
know
not
that's
fair.
where I have, these are the two that I have left in my booktube prize grouping.
Oh, I've heard really good things about love marriage.
Yes, yeah, by Monica
Yeah,
Ali. Um, this one I'm listening to the audiobook and I am like halfway through it. So
you can't say anything, so don't.
I can't.
I'm not trying to.
But like you saying it's the 13th, I'm like I have to finish both of these before the end of the month. That is a big vlog that's coming. That I'm very happy with is the one for the booktube prize. That's gonna be. Oh, Siri, no one was speaking to you, ma'am.
Hello, I'm still here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what you think of the women's prize when what you end up reading for the short list. And um, it's, I really want to be able, like, whenever I see you or other booktubers that are reading these, short lists, especially for women's prize, I'm always like, ah, I want to. I just know that I won't get my act together to do it.
Yeah, I went too hard last year, and so like I read most of the. I definitely read the whole short list. I read a few of the ones that weren't on the short list. But this year I'm like I'm kind of exhausted. Like I just want to read books I want to read, so I may or may not end up doing it. I'm interested in it. I don't know. It's just I've got two coming that are UK editions. That's the thing. This year's prize, a lot of them haven't been released in the US
Mm.
yet. So it's sort of like one of
Yeah.
them's not going to be out in the US until September. And I was like, well, not buying that one from the UK. So
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, actually. Like the lack of accessibility with him as well.
I'm just surprised that the US, and I haven't looked recently, the US publisher might have moved up the publication date because sometimes they'll do that if it makes a major prize. But also, I kind of understand that like the women's prize is mostly a UK thing, and I just watch too many UK booktubers. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I do too. I do too. So I guess that's where all the influence and the excitement comes from because I'm like, ah, I want to read these. But yeah, and you had mentioned that there was a lot on the list that you hadn't even heard of. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I like that about it because I don't want to see the big buzzy books on there. Like, I do not want to read Barbara Kingsolver's Demon Copperhead, whatever it is, Copperhead, Demon Copperhead. Yes.
oh,
I,
right.
I get it mixed up because it's David Copperfield, but then yeah.
Hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to read that. And people keep being like, you're gonna like it, and I'm like, I don't think you understand my aversion to reading Appalachian fiction. I literally live there. I used to work in these communities. I know how sad it is.
Sometimes when things are a little too close to home, that can be really difficult. And then you said that you've read from her before, and she's not an author, an actress, an author that you're a very big fan of. I have one of her books. I haven't ever read it yet, but
Yeah, and I wouldn't
I'm
say
trying to.
that I'm not a fan of her. It's just that it didn't work for me at the
Okay.
time, which was the Poisonwood Bible. I know a lot of people love that book. I also tried to listen to it on audio, which I think was probably the wrong choice.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm just, I just, oh wait, where'd it go? Ruby. I feel that.
I want
There's
to
so
see that.
many of them.
I had an idea at one point where I wanted to read the winners, like the winner of the major book awards, and then like rate them for myself, like say which one I think that which book award I think did the best job. And then, I never got around to it. Just, so maybe someday
Yeah.
it'll actually happen, but it's like I wanted to do stuff like that, but
Oh yeah, the number of ideas over the years that have just been banned. Like I just don't have time or like it just doesn't pan out. Yeah.
yeah. Oh. Well, some of the major ones because I just want to see like, the Pulitzer gets is such a major but a lot of the books on there that win, I feel like, oh, interesting. Um the Hugo Awards was one that I was thinking of. And there's
Mm,
also like the Bram Stoker Award. So that'd be fun. It'd be kind of fun to see. And then, obviously the Women's Prize and the Booker and stuff like that. Just was thinking it'd be fun to like get all the winners in one year of all those different. It's hard though because a lot of them come out at such vastly different times. So if you're trying to put together
yeah.
a video sort of close to when those winnings have actually happened, it's like impossible to do.
Yeah. They are so staggered.
Mm-hmm.
The National Book Award I has had a lot of good ones on there. Um, that's one I've been
Oh,
interested in. Oh yeah, yeah.
by popular vote.
Rachel from Colonnati talks about
I didn't know
that
that.
a lot.
Okay,
So yeah, that is an interesting aspect of the Hugos. They actually anybody can suggest books too. So like to be on the list. It's
I didn't
interesting.
know that. That's interesting. I've heard
Yeah.
of the National Book. Why was it? That's one I think I had on my list also. Where's that one centered?
It's a US book prize.
Okay,
So that's one of the bigger I think that might maybe is one of the biggest ones in the US. I'm not sure. I actually only heard about it last year and it had a lot of good books on there. Um, so yeah,
I
that one's
think I've
interesting.
read the most from the Caldecott and the Newbery medals just because I've read a lot of children's books and I've specifically looked for the highest quality for my classes and stuff. So I ended up reading a lot more from um, those particular award books. It's very succinct.
Are you sure you're the one in the earlier time zone? I mean, the later time zone?
I better
What?
start
I don't even
yawning.
know what I'm trying to say. I feel like that's our cue to sprint, probably. I feel like I hope everybody was already here because otherwise.
I don't think everybody was here. Tell them what you're doing. Remind them.
So I have these ducks that have colors on them that correspond to sprinting times. So I have them in the ice box thingy, and I'm gonna fish one. And I gotta hold on.
This is the
Okay,
best ever. The best sprints ever, everybody.
welcome to Sprinting with Jenny, which is totally and completely unhinged. Uh, uh, oh, it's a different color. It's blue. What is blue? Blue is 20 minutes. All right.
All right.
We
We
never
did
get
it.
short ones when we sprint with
I know.
me. Uh,
Take it when we
yeah.
can.
Let's see if I can fix this thing. Oh, that was way easier this time.
It's all about the duck.
It is. It is. The
They're in
ducks
charge.
are,
They're
are
running the show.
in charge of this stream. Okay. Woohoo! See you in 20.
All right.
It's so loud. Why is it so loud?
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
Like, there's no way to customize it.
Oh, really?
I mean, I
It's
think
just
it is, but, like, I have not figured that out, but oh, my apologies, everyone who isn't
they woke up. It's okay. It's time to talk.
nobody's yawning now.
Their yawn turned into a scream.
I think we're all awake now. Hi, Stephanie.
See? See? Everybody's ready now.
Oh my gosh. There should be a volume adjustment. There is absolutely not. I'm looking at it and there's not.
It is weird. There should be some kind of so you can do something.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow.
Did you end up finishing that um Animorphs, the big one, the mega?
No, I have 10 pages left. It's just it's so dark.
These are these YA? Middle grade?
They're technically middle grade, but like this book is like I mean, and it's not like anybody cares. The megamorphs are like this one is like if the animorphs were never animorphs. And like so far 3 of them are dead. So
Oh my god. Well, like one of my students said the other day, it's just part of life. Everybody, everything dies.
oh my god. Oh, that's fun though. Apparently, my husband texted me like 2 hours ago before the stream started to ask me to send him the name of the old man with the train videos because apparently my kid was asking for to watch the model train videos. I'm like, whoops, you better be asleep now. It's 9:45. But whoops.
Maybe he looked up old man with a train on Google and found something.
Right. The duck does require grandiose
It'd
sounds.
be funny if it went Wah. That would be great. If you can change it
Uh,
to that, that'd be perfect.
it would be great if I can make it quack. It would only
Yeah.
be appropriate. Oh my god. Did you finish yours?
No, not yet. I am on page 332. These books, so Gabriel Garcia's Marquez writing style is very dense. And so,
Mm,
like, it's, I'm not the quickest reader, anyways, but then, like, with his books especially, it takes a little longer because it's just so dense.
right, yeah. That's like once I finish this one, I'm not moving on to this one because it is definitely like very literary fiction and
Hmm.
like my brain's not there tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that was a big part of my problem for a good portion of this is that my brain was not here this term. I mean, like I said, 100 Years of Solitude. I think I love the magical realism of that one. And but yeah, I think my brain just hasn't been here for the majority of this. So like I need to make sure I don't pick up books that take a lot more thought when I'm in school because it just doesn't.
That's fair.
I've been working on Anna Karenina for like 4 or 5 months now, so
Yeah,
it's just
no, that's fair. I mean, I'm like that too. Is like when there's a lot going on, books that need a lot of brain power, just that's why those are the months I end up with a lot more audiobooks because
mhm.
that's all I've got the brain power for sometimes.
I've even been struggling with audiobooks, especially just recently. My brain does not want to focus. I keep like dazing off. And it's not like they're bad audiobooks either. It's just the brain system. Let
It's
me just
fair.
scroll on my reels instead. Yeah.
Stephanie, the duck thing. I don't know if you were here for the duck thing if when you came in, but yeah, the quack has to do with the way in which the times are being chosen.
It's always the most fun when when I'm sprinting with you, Jenny. I
Stephanie
can't wait to see
is
what happens
also
next.
well aware of my shenanigans. She stoned me long enough. Uh,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah. How you feeling?
I'm here. I'm like oh man, I'm still mad about leaving my tennis shoes in the car because I was gonna go get up in the morning and go to the gym, but I have flip flops and boots, and neither of those work for the gym.
Is there a pool?
I don't think so. No, so it's okay. It just wasn't meant to be.
I mean, there's got to be a way to get them back, but it would probably require asking
I
the
know. I'll probably have to get on the front desk and be like, "Yo, I left something in the car. How do I get it back? I don't need my car. I just need
just
my
need,
shoes."
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about song anything is better than the gong. It's so
Shockingly loud
loud.
sound.
This is what I get for not testing it out beforehand because I didn't like run it through fully like a time. I was just like, "Oh, it works."
Makes me wonder, is it actually a gong or is it a foghorn? Is that a lighthouse on, or it's a dock? Was
It's
there
a
a lighthouse
dog.
there or just a dock? Okay. I was thinking,
Yeah, it's just a dog.
is it a gong? Because it seems like a strange sound for that particular image as well.
It does.
I'd expect like a maybe a boat like ding 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 or something like that.
Yeah. Nope. Just nope.
Nope, a gong. Who chose that?
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I'm sure that like I think there's like a you can log in and customize, and I think when I tried to do that, it was like our system is down, and I was like, I'll do it
Mm,
later, and then I just never did it later.
that's
It's
I do
fine.
that too. I think, oh, I'm gonna get a lot accomplished, and then the system's down or something happens, and I'm like, oh, it's never gonna happen
I'm like, yeah, I'll
now.
do that later.
Hmm. Never
Oh my
does
goodness.
happen later. Yeah. So this was a 5 star for you.
Oh, I love that book so much. Oh, I love that book so much. That's the one that I was like, the Women's Pride snubbed this book. It may not have even been submitted, to be honest. You just never know. But like, ah, it's so good.
How did they get submitted for the Women's Prize?
Any publisher or any imprint can submit two books if they have an author with an eligible book that can that has been shortlisted before. They can submit them on top of the two books. So they can only choose two, basically. So it's kind of a crapshoot because if the publisher's like, well, I think these are more likely to win the women's prize, and like because a lot of people speculated that last year the love songs of W.E.B. Du Bois didn't get submitted because everybody was shocked it didn't make it.
Mhm.
Um, so I just yeah, but yeah, that book is it does a thing that I am a huge fan of, which
Mhm.
actually the marriage portrait also does, where at the beginning, like you're kind of told it's like you're working like towards something. So like in the beginning a certain thing about the main narrator, and then you kind of like there's the one storyline that's present, and then there's the other storyline where you're like coming to like what happened. So it's like you already know what happened, or what the end result of what happened was,
Mhm. Oh, okay.
but
I see
then
what you
you're
mean.
learning how it happened, and like that
Mhm.
works so well for me. And that one does that, and the marriage portrait also does that, and that's just a thing that works for me. But also, that's just a beautifully written book.
Ever since I've heard about this one, I've been really wanting. I mean, I've heard a few people talk about it, and I've just been so excited to read it. And then I
Oh,
finally,
Stephanie's reading it. Sorry.
I finally picked it up. Oh, Ruby. Yeah, because they're doing it for their
Oh, Ruby, sorry.
shelf. You see
I
the
need
time
my
to read
eyes checked.
surrounding. No, the shelf this book club is reading it. That's why I would like to read it this month. And I really want to read this book. I just want to read it.
Yeah,
Right?
that's how it's funny because I heard about it. I don't actually know how I heard about it. But then I went in Barnes and Noble for their 50% off hardbacks, and I
Nice.
was looking specifically for that one. And funny enough, when I got home and I looked at my receipt, they did not take 50% off of that one for some reason, but I was like, it's fine. This is the book I wanted the most, so I don't even care. But yeah, no, I don't remember. And then I heard about it. Everyone was talking about it
Mm.
after I had read it, and I was like, I don't ever remember hearing about this except maybe one time. Oh, I know. Um, Drinking by
Which,
My Shelf.
yeah, she had read it a while ago, so that's
She
where I
talked
heard
about
about it.
it.
Um, that's where I heard about it first, and then I did hear somebody a long time ago talking about it as well, and then I haven't heard anybody talk about it since until just recently. This year, I've started hearing people talk about it, but I don't
Yeah,
know. For some reason, it's always really intrigued me based off what I've heard. It just sounds like something I'm going to really enjoy, and it's just so beautiful too.
I
Just
know it
everything
is.
about this book. Yeah, I know it's not very long. I know. I know. I'm gonna make it happen.
Now
Forget
that
all
you've
the
heard
other
about it,
books.
Stephanie, you're going to hear about it all the time.
Hmm.
You're going to see it everywhere. That apparently is the theme with that book. I can't wait to hear what you think about it because
Oh,
yeah,
I'm so
it's
excited.
so good.
I know it's not that long, and like I look at it and I'm like, this I could, I could. How long did it take you to read?
I don't remember. I read it in January.
So excited. Sorry, just enjoying this. Just begrudgingly
I
putting it back on my shelf.
know. Yeah, this is the book that I bought today.
Oh, that's pretty.
So Bali Kerr Jaswal is
Hmm.
she wrote erotic stories for Punjabi widows,
Which I heard that
and
sounds great too.
it is, and the
Okay,
Shergall sisters, I think, is the other one that the
haven't heard of that
unlikely
one.
adventures of the Shergall sisters. Um, yeah, I've read both of those and really enjoyed them. And then this came out Tuesday. And so I saw it on the shelf and I was like, there's only one copy of it. I have to have this. So I bought it. She also went to my university.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's always
Oh,
a
that's really
fun,
cool.
it's always
That's
fun to
fun.
find alumna authors. So, but yeah, that's the one that I bought and I like want to start it.
Yeah, I think it sounds really good based off the reviews I've heard. It sounds like it's a really good one.
Erotic stories of
Hmm.
Punjabi widows. Yeah, it's so the thing about it is it's kind of two things. Like you have the interlaced stories, like the short stories that the women write, and then you have the overarching story, which is kind of like a mystery thriller a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize. I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either. And then I got into it and I was like, oh, and but it's great because it helps the plot move along.
Hmm.
But it's good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
she's
feel
just a
like
fantastic writer.
okay. Well, I definitely want to get to erotic stories, and then when I do that, I'll try some of the other ones because I. Well, and the problem is like books like this. I pick them up. I'm so excited about them, and then I just don't get to them, and it's just
Hmm.
bummer. And I do like I'm not a mood reader. I am a TBR person, so then I create my TBRs and it's great. But then there's times when I just want to read the book, you know, and I should
Yeah.
just read the book. Then I have other obligations, like I got to make sure. Like bone season is huge. I need to make sure I get this one going.
Yeah, that is a big
So
one.
yeah, but
I don't know if I've ever said this, but like I came to your channel because obviously the TBR game is how I found you, but I was like beyond thrilled that anyone else likes the game of life because no one ever likes it
really,
and I love that game so much.
People don't like who are these people? What is wrong with them?
I love that game so much.
It is a good game. Oh, I love it too. I used to, and I was a single, not single. I was an only child, so like the game of life is a game you can play on your own. As depressing as that may sound, I loved that element of it.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Who are
I
these people you're talking to?
Okay, look here. Everybody here loves it. I guess just people in my life don't like it. I sometimes make my husband play it, and he's always just like, "No one likes this game, Jenny."
He's
He's wrong.
wrong. He's wrong.
I bought, so I have like my original one from like the 80s, like the same one that
Hmm.
you have. But I was laughing because, like, I don't know, it was a few months ago, some woman wrote this like long review of the new version of it that has like different paths, and like you can opt to not to have kids, and so you can have dogs instead or
Hmm.
whatever. But like she did this whole review of it, and like I'm reading the review, and the whole time I'm like, yeah, this sounds great. Man, I'm so on board. And then I got to the word woke, and I was like, oh, she's mad. And I was like, oh, wait. And then I kept reading, and I was like, oh, that wasn't sarcasm. And I was like, all right, okay. I was
So
like,
she
well,
was just
I'm gonna
upset
buy
with
it.
the newest one.
Oh my gosh. See, that's amazing. Yeah, I used to
Hmm.
play the video game too, like the computer version of it too.
There was a video game?
It was a PC game, yeah. It's good
Oh
too.
my gosh. What life I'm missing out. I missed out. Yeah,
Uh,
it was and I've seen a few other booktubers use the Game of Life, but nobody uses the old me version. So it's just, I was excited about it, and I'm glad everybody enjoys it because, and I have had a lot of people say they do love the Game of Life. But, there's some haters out there that obviously
just married a hater, apparently.
the game I never really cared for, and my best friend absolutely loves. In fact, she collects them. Is Monopoly. Like I'm not crazy about Monopoly, but she always wants to play Monopoly.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. See, also fellow computer version player. Yeah, it was really fun.
I was too busy playing Oregon Trail, but that was probably before the Game of Life.
I definitely played that on like our early Mac.
I
I
played
also
at the
played,
library.
yeah, yeah. I played it at school. My mom had like a one of the floppy disks or whatever
Hmm.
at school to play it. That and Number Munchers,
Oh, that's
what I
fun.
played at
Yeah,
school.
so many good games.
Yep.
Ruby hates Monopoly. It's a good lesson.
That's so funny. I like how we have a good variety here. I am indifferent about Monopoly. Like I will play it and I will enjoy it while I'm playing it, but it's never going to be my first go-to.
Choice.
I did not know that, Becca.
Mm-mm.
I What I do know about Minnesota is that the Mississippi River starts in Minnesota. And I know that because it is a lyric in an Indigo Girls song, and I won a trivia game because I knew it because of an Indigo Girls song. And everyone else got it wrong.
That feels so good, doesn't it?
It did feel good.
That is the best feeling. Oh, because you said sad childhood above. That's.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I loved
Scrabble.
Scrabble too. I still love Scrabble. Well, my other one was Scattergories. I played Scattergories a lot. That was my other most
I
played, I
think
think.
I might have played that one. I'm not sure. I bet.
See, that's tough, especially with a game. I've never been great at strategy games, and I feel like Monopoly is kind of a strategy game. And so
Yeah,
those maybe
agreed.
that's why it wasn't as much my favorite as some of the other games.
Well, that's funny because I actually play Scrabble like a strategy game instead of like a spelling
Just a,
game
oh.
because I can't spell for crap, but man, can I find a place to put a U that'll make like 4 words.
That is skill. That is, I mean, it's a tactic. I've never played Rummy Cub. Have you played that?
What is that?
Mm-mm, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is either.
I've
I
heard of
did
it,
play
but
a
I don't
lot
know
of
what it is.
Uno. I played a
Yeah,
lot
me
of
too.
Uno.
I played, I like Phase 10 card games, like love
Oh
the,
yeah,
yeah, Phase 10's a fun
that's a
one.
good one too. Yeah, Becca, apparently everyone thinks that the Mississippi starts in Ohio.
Oh,
At least that was the consensus at trivia.
well, is it just because you're too good? Is that what it is, Danielle? People don't like playing with people who are like too good at things. Oh,
Dinosaur fossil. That sounds cool.
just look at the cards.
Oh, when I was in like middle school, high school, my best friend and I would play Monopoly, but for some reason her parents only had British Monopoly. So like the most played Monopoly board I played was British Monopoly, and so I didn't realize that all of the the cards weren't British. So like it has different names for the spaces. Didn't
Oh,
know.
you're, hmm, that's kind of cool. Tiles. I've never played. I think I've
Mhm.
learned how to play Gin Rummy once or twice, but I promptly forgot.
Oh, it's like Rummy, the card game but with tiles. I did not know that. I think I've damaged Becca.
Yeah, Danielle's too good at playing. Or
Oh
Rummy
yeah,
card games. Okay.
yeah. No, I don't know a lot of card games.
I I've played my share. Excuse me. But it's a lot of times if you don't play them often, forget. I learned how to play Texas Hold'em because I was part of a board game group that I was a co-host for, and one of our one of the co-hosts was a really big fan of Hold'em and wanted a group to play with. So he taught us how to play, and the first night we played together, we played until 4 a.m. So much
Oh
fun.
my goodness.
And then we did monthly tournaments, and it was a blast. Like we had such a good time. But you have to have a good group because people get really, really like when money's on the table, and it wasn't even a lot of money. We would
Yeah,
put in $10, but when money's on the table, people get crazy about things like, oh, you're being too loud, or things, like you can get kicked out for
yeah.
being loud like that and stuff like that. So we just didn't invite people back that were like that
That's really funny.
because that's no fun. Like it's supposed to be fun. I, you
Yeah,
know, but I haven't
yeah.
played too many other like. I know people like playing cribbage, not cribbage, but is it cribbage?
Oh,
Yeah, cribbage and stuff like that.
that's the one with the little board.
Oh, that's the
The
board, right? No,
Yeah,
I'm
my
just
best friend and her dad were big cribbage players, so I used to play with them. That I have played. I couldn't tell you what the rules were
Is there
anymore.
cards in that game or
hmm
okay,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
card game.
Yeah. I need to like get better at my card games because it's just fun things to do when you have extra time or you're with a group of people and
We have so many board games. And we
mm,
just never play any of them anymore because we just don't have time. But like, I cannot wait for the day when our kid is old enough to play board games because it's like, we're just gonna have so much fun.
yeah, it'll be so cute.
I was a big fan of Candyland as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yep. You play cribbage. In theory, I know how to play it. Thank you. I like how you said not a question mark.
Happy birthday?
That's pretty on theme for tonight.
Yes. We're we're reserving the right to be a little muddle-headed, you know?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, yeah.
we get to do it. It's Monday. We get to do whatever we want.
I know, I keep forgetting it's Monday.
It does feel kind of weird when you're on, when you're on a holiday or vacation or something like that to remember the days of the week.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, there I go yawning. Also, what the basket for picking up the ducks has dolphins on it. What does that have anything to
Oh,
do with a hook a duck game?
it's cute though. But no, it's just ducks and dolphins don't go together.
Like they aren't even in the same bodies of water.
Yeah, yeah, that's odd. I wonder why. Like who was the designing this and thought, or maybe it was like they had decided to be another animal, not dolphin. Like it wasn't going to be ducks, and then last
Yeah.
minute somebody else changed it.
I
They
think
left the
it came
dolphins.
from the dollar spot at Target, so I'm not giving so you can only expect so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Ooh, shoots and ladders.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
fun one too.
that is fun. I cheated at Candyland at a very early age.
What? How did you cheat?
I would just hide Queen Frostine under my side of the board, and then whenever I got behind, I'd just bust her out.
I would not have played with you.
My
Did
dad was
not
like,
put
"We
up with
all
cheating.
knew."
Even when my nephew wanted to cheat, I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not going to play with you anymore. He's like, fine.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I mentioned the dolphins. There
Yeah.
is. I did see that at the bookstore yesterday, and I'm might get it. It's on Scribd though, the ebook for that one is. So if anybody's looking for that one, Scribd has a ebook copy of it. It's called
Have you
Pod.
read The Bees? Her
I
other
have
book?
not,
I've
but I
heard
hear
such like very mixed reviews for that one, and a lot of
I
them not positive.
yeah, I have heard mixed things, but also Heidi from My Reading Life loved that book. Um
Mhm.
and she tends to like a lot of nature writing stuff, so Stephanie, she's big mad at me.
So boring. Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
I was like 5, okay? Or like 4. Like
It's
I
we
just
develop very early on. It's good to know these lessons early on.
I thought I was being clever.
Oh, I love that. Isn't it? I remember doing things when I thought I was being like super clever as a kid. Like just so one of the things that I liked to do that because um, as a kid, you when you're tired, you always want to be carried. So like we'd be in the car driving home late at night, and I'd pretend to fall asleep because I wanted my mom to carry me into the house. It never worked. She always made me get up and walk to
She's
the
always
house.
like, "Nah, wake up."
Time to get up, walk to the house. Let's go. But I would do that. I would fall asleep.
That is so
Like,
funny.
please let her pick me up and carry me instead.
That is so funny.
Yeah. One time it did work though. I went over to my Aunt Nancy's house and she had this cute pink and white, and I called it the kitty blanket. And it was this beautiful, it wasn't beautiful. It was beautiful to me at that point. And it was the kitty blanket, and I made sure to wrap myself in it and fall asleep in the kitty blanket because I knew they would carry me home in the kitty blanket and I would get to keep it. And it worked.
That is adorable.
So I got to keep the kitty blanket after that.
That's sweet.
Kids are so funny though. They just think they're so clever
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
that nobody knows what they're trying to do.
We're in full on clever mode, and I'm like, "Child, no."
Trying to get away with a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I mean, he's a toddler, so
Yeah, that's the name of the game, to be honest. My husband sent me, let me find it. Apparently, he told him, "Mommy's not going to be home today," and this is the face he made.
that is that's a great face. don't like this.
He's like, no. Uh, oh no. I bet you
Yeah,
did. Oh my gosh.
right there.
Oh, oh,
So I
tells
can
you where to
find him.
hide. My favorite is when they hide and then you go, "Where's Grayson?" And then he goes, "Right here."
It's like he can't help himself, huh? Oh, that's so cute.
Kids are so funny.
Seriously?
Oh my
Oh,
God,
they're
they're
too
so
funny.
cute.
Yeah. And to
Love it.
see, they're testing those boundaries. What are the boundaries? What can I get away with? And like that's just so funny. They're so funny.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's a cute age. It's a challenging age, but it's cute. Stephanie.
They're so fun.
Yep. All right.
Ready for it?
Oh, you're not. Like, I was really seriously concerned they were not going to have an ice bucket, and I was like, what do I
What are you
do
gonna
if
do?
they don't have an ice bucket?
We'll have to go over to the bathtub and fill the bathtub.
Carried into the sink. All right. This one. It's purple.
Ooh,
Purple
that's
is
different.
25 minutes. That's a good one. I'm getting
Quack
tired,
quack.
so 25 minutes is probably about what I got left in me.
Maybe I'll finish my book this time. I don't know if that will happen, but we'll try.
Me. Oh, the gong. I'm already just nervous. Like, all right.
Just gonna be stressing about the gong the whole time.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is my solo trip. So I am and this is my super extra hotel room that they put me in because it's my birthday apparently. So, yeah, it's
Was it a
definitely
gift? Like it was a gift then? Like not you didn't plan it, somebody else planned it, your husband planned it for you or
No,
somebody
I
else did?
planned it all for me, for
Okay.
myself. I just I had bought I had picked out a certain room and then when I got here they were like, "Yeah, that's not ready. That they don't have that, so we're just going to give you a better version of that." And I was like, "Fine." So
So now
yeah,
you're living the fancy life.
I do feel fancy. And they set me up all kinds of like the chocolate we're going to sprint, I promise guys. The chocolate is shaped like the hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
The free chocolate
That's
is shaped
pretty.
like the hotel. Also, apparently, the person who makes these chocolates also makes chocolates for the Oscars, and I was like, all right. I was like, I don't know, I don't know how you back that claim up, but okay, I'll take it.
Where do the Oscars actually happen? Don't they happen in Los Angeles?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a
I
long
don't
way to
know.
send chocolate.
That's what I thought, but whatever.
Let's
All right,
do it.
sprinting. See you in 25. I muted it. Did it not make the sound?
No, it's like, wait, I'm waiting for it.
No, I muted it because I was like, it made it still made it for me.
Oh, you could hear it.
I was like, oh, lovely. But no, I muted it 'cause I was like, no, 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 we don't need any more of that.
No more gonging.
Oh my
How'd
goodness,
it
I
go?
finished it. So
Huh?
I finished my book. So
Woohoo!
now I have 15 left, but all of those are main series Animorphs books, and then one Chronicles book, which is the Elamis Chronicles, and the Chronicles ones are really good. So yes.
So close.
Hello.
15.
Hello. That was our last sprint, so sorry, but
Oh,
welcome. We're a I'm a little delirious.
a little late. And, well, you had a long drive. So, a lot going on.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Yeah.
It's been a good one.
I, look how close I am.
So
I've got
close.
like 9 pages left.
Oh,
So
are you
I'll
just gonna
finish
knock
that.
those out tonight?
Hmm. Yes.
Nice. Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
That is very nice.
I have a cross stitching project that I started a long time ago during Christmas time. It's a Santa Claus, and it's been years. And I still have never, just don't give it enough time.
I would love to do cross stitching. I just think it's so pretty.
It is. And it's fun. And it is fun. I have carpal tunnel syndrome, so I can't
Mm.
overdo it because that repetitive motion just will cause a flare up. But a little bit is fun.
Whew.
Finishing up Love in the Time of Cholera. Almost done. Almost done.
So close.
Ruby's
Amazing.
been done for a while, so I got.
Amazing.
Yeah. I think I started it in January, so just.
It happens.
Hmm.
I just I not naming any names, but my booktube prize books, I'm like, this is just reinforcing my like, nope, DNFing is exactly what I need to do.
Thanks, Ruby. I want to be able to listen to your final message.
Oh, how long has it been sitting there? That's always frustrating
Mm,
when you
like
want
a
to know
few
what the
weeks.
other person is saying.
Hmm. Yeah, and I haven't held up my end of the bargain yet to give her my thoughts. I mean, we've had conversations back and forth and stuff like that, but yeah, she's had it done for at least 2 weeks now. So my turn. Um, so do you like doing the BookTube Award?
This is the first year I've ever done it,
Okay.
and it's funny because when I got my assigned grouping, I was like, this was it was one of the two groupings that I was like, yeah, I want that one, and so I was really excited. It's been interesting.
Inexperience.
Yeah, there was one book in there, again, not naming names,
Hmm.
that I had no interest in reading. And if it had been on my own time, I would have DNF'd that sucker at page 30.
Oh wow. Okay.
Instead, I had to keep going.
So
And
you
my
can't
husband
DNF
got
books.
mm-mm.
Oh.
My husband got to listen to me just the vlog on that one is pretty funny. The portion of the vlog about that
Hmm.
book is pretty funny.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait for that video to come out when you're,
It'll
when you get those other books finished.
be whew, 2 weeks, I think, because everybody puts their stuff out on April 1st, so
Okay.
2 weeks.
Well, hopefully hopefully the last two are
It's been a pretty mixed bag, but like an even mixed bag where it's like high highs and low lows.
Well, at least you've had some high highs because it would be a bummer if it was all low lows.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I'm blanking on her name, but Soggy Expat.
Hmm.
When she did the first time she did the BookTube prize, she hated everything in her grouping.
Oh no.
It was that vlog was an absolute delight to watch, but like I felt for her.
I gotta go find that one. I want to see that one. Isn't it sad that like we thrive on the like the hardships?
It's just so interesting because I mean that's the thing though is like I love hearing like when people absolutely hate a book and I love hearing when people absolutely love a book, but like middle of the road is just not interesting.
Yeah,
So I guess
because
I'd rather them be high highs and low lows than a bunch of just mediocre
hmm
things.
well, because you have stuff to say, but when it's pretty mediocre, yeah, I know. See, we're both having problems. When it's mediocre, you like when people feel very strongly for or against, they have like the passion behind their feelings, and they just want to tell you
Yeah.
stuff, and it's exciting, and then when it's in the middle, you're like, yeah,
I have a feeling doing the like last pass on the editing of this video is gonna be hilarious. Like I'm just gonna be laughing because be like, what? Because it'll be like 2 months in the making, so I've forgotten. Like I know one of the other books that I didn't like. I had some hilarious things to say, but I can't wait to watch it back and be like,
that's
I
that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
love vlogs. I don't know. Like I really
Me
like
too.
your Sunday sum ups. They're so much fun to watch. I just yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like doing wrap ups anymore, so I decided to make it that instead. So yeah, I like vlogs too, though.
Yeah.
Vlogs are like my aside from TBR games, they're like my favorite things to watch.
Yeah, same.
But a lot of
I'm
people
not,
don't like vlogs, so
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's like I watch a lot more vlogs than like just sit down
mhm.
ones, but there are some creators who like I don't really care for their vlogs, but I really like their sit down videos. So it's just I don't know, it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, I can see that, and I definitely do feel like there are certain vlogs that are go tos for me. Like that I just when I see it come up, I'm like, okay, read watching that next. And that doesn't happen for everybody. That doesn't happen for everybody. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the entire booktube universe is like the gold standard is Kayla from Books and Lala.
Well, because she's gotten it so she can just do vlogs mostly. I mean, aside from her like wrap ups and stuff, and everybody watches them.
Yeah, and it's just like she does. I am so impressed by like the structure that she has and how she does those vlogs. But I'm like, I just could never. It's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it hasn't happened recently. I get my life back in order.
I could take or leave those.
Same. Sometimes it's interesting, and sometimes I do enjoy seeing what's coming out. But I know that most of the time I won't actually get to watch them or read those books. So, like you said,
Yeah.
take or leave.
Yeah, I think some people do it really well and some people don't. I don't know, like Rachel from Colonnati does. Really like hers because she does them in like a very specific way, and just the way that she talks about books in general is just really. Um, she just has a very succinct way of talking about things,
Hmm.
and she does those types of videos, and I like them. And it's mostly sci-fi, so.
Yeah. I don't know that channel. How do you spell it? Oxanati?
It's Colonnati. I
Oh, sorry.
don't know how to spell it. It starts with a K. Hold on. Let me look. Mhm. Uh,
Oh, with a K.
Yeah, it's Kalanadi.
Oh,
Kalanadi.
no, I've never heard of that channel. Okay. And how many channels there are to watch, and how many channels
I know.
that
Just so many.
I already follow can't follow that well. Just because there's not enough time in the day. Hey,
Yep,
Amy.
no more. We're done
Hi.
with sprints because Jenny's starting to slowly lose her
Yep. Jenny's had a long
mind.
day. Yes. She's a
Oh
quick
yeah.
reader, though. She's
Yes.
a very
Yeah.
fast reader. And I just, Becca's so sad.
Why are you sad,
No,
Becca?
what happened? Oh, because we're done for the night. I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what the next one said because they're done for the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always impressed by Kayla's the amount of books she reads, but then it's just nice. She has so much. It's so funny because I feel like she has so much freedom to do whatever she wants, and I'm like, well, technically, Amy, you really do have that same freedom, but it's you know, I feel like I just never set myself up to have that. It's
When
the
I have
TBR.
that much freedom, I like don't do anything though.
Mm,
Like that's my problem. Is it like if I don't have deadlines or structure or things like that, I'm just not gonna do anything.
I can see that. Well, she seems super organized though when she talks
Yes.
about how she plans everything and how she just and some of the things she does, I'm just like, wow.
Like she's like playing a long game. Yeah,
Yes.
it's amazing. I've been really I don't know. I find her really inspiring. She did that video she did about like her thumbnails, where she like it was like a year long in the making. I watched that video twice because I was so fascinated.
Isn't it
So I was like, this
incredible?
is so interesting. Like, yeah,
Yeah, and like when I've been filming 2 or 3 different vlogs at once. Yeah, we all do.
yeah, we
We all
definitely all
do.
do. She's the
Um,
queen.
it's such a hassle to remember like which folder to put that. Like going through
Yes.
your videos. Like, oh, which one does it go in? Da, 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 da. And then you get them mixed up sometimes, and it is a hassle. And she just seems like she can do like 20 videos at once and not. I just yeah
Yeah, she's so organized.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely need her. 100% same.
She needs to have a video where she's telling us about her organization, like their
Honestly,
plan, like how she does it.
honestly. Oh my goodness.
Well,
All
this is so
right.
wonderful. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, thank you for joining me, and thank you
Yes,
everybody for the birthday wishes. That was very nice.
I
This is a
know.
great way to
Happy
celebrate.
birthday. It is, and you're just gonna have it's gonna be even more relaxing from here on out.
I'm
And
gonna spend so much money at a bookstore tomorrow. I mean, it's already money that somebody else paid for, so I mean,
yeah, that's the whole point. To spend other people's money at the
yeah,
bookstores. I hope you get your shoes at some point, or at least just enjoy not having them.
yeah, yep. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.